Am I going to be late or am I going to be early? Well, it's not really working, but all I got to do is look at the clock, and I'm actually on time, 10:15. So awesome. So we actually have some comments going all the way back here over an hour ago. Cecilia claims she's the #1 fan. That's awesome. And even counted down the minutes. Wow, that's pretty impressive. Parker says, I like HYGW better than TLTW. Yeah, we're going to go back to the drawing board a little bit. Going back to stuff I probably covered like 6 months ago or 7 months ago before I got into the whole YieldMax thing. Yeah, it's been a rough month for sure. Yeah, TSLY has been down around $13. Like this is like the third time now. Oh, listening while driving, huh? And we already addressed this comment. I would have started as soon as you joined, but I guess I was just 4 minutes after. Uh, oh, one of my most sarcastic fans is on live. Awesome! I'm looking forward to your commentary tonight. We aim to please for sure. By the way, I'm still due for that part 2 of the 100 baggers, the audiobook. So if you're looking for something to put you to sleep at night, definitely listen to that. Anyway, so what were we going to talk about this evening? So yeah, hedging our YieldMax funds, right? I mean, this is becoming more and more of a subject, right? With the market dropping, and I mean, we're really free falling this month. We've been down. We were down again today. We were down like wow, 400 points in the Dow, 208 in the Nasdaq, 64 points in the S&P. What the heck? I've been busy working, but I mean, what the heck is going on here? This is crazy. Let's see what we're at in the TSLY. What a crazy month. I know September is always like one of the worst months historically for the markets, but we're down to 1330 in TSLY, which is the lowest point we've been since we were here April 26th, actually. So that was 5 months ago. And we were at about the same price late December 2022. Of course, we started at like 2004 and November, like right before Thanksgiving in 2022, got all the way up to 2156, and we've been down since then. But we've had 2 run-ups ever since we bottomed out. We've had like 2 run-ups. So what Hoffman's saying here is the 10 worst days in the market are the last 10 days of September. Oh, interesting. We've still got like 4 days to go. Quarterly rebalancing. That does make some sense. So, all right, let's see here. Well, let's just look at, I'm glad some of the commenters brought these up because I may actually think about going back into SVOL and maybe even get some TLTW. Let's look at things though, because I think the TLTW had something to do with bonds. So we'll look at that. Let's see. I'll pull up a fan favorite, Yahoo Finance. And I'm going to have some videos coming up on, I mean, we touched on Rex shares, but there's nothing out yet. But the other one with the QQQY and the JEPY, definitely going to look at those for sure coming up very soon. And if I can, I want to pair up to maybe 2 videos a day if possible. I mean, if I had more free time, I would do multiple videos in a day for sure, because that's the best way to massage the algorithm for sure. So, all right, let me go to Yahoo Finance because I'm not sure at the moment how Seeking Alpha is going to work. Oh, the headline on Yahoo Finance says Americans feel worse about the economy as gas, groceries rise. Really? I thought media tells me everything's going great. That's confusing. Anyway, we won't go off on a side rant here. Let's see here. Oh, look who's on. Oh, here's Engineer. Let's see. No, my bandwidth is slowing. The markets are still, I'll read it as soon as it pops up here. Markets are still freaking out as a result of last Wednesday's announcement about rates being held higher for longer. Yeah, but they didn't raise rates. I thought that would have massaged the market a little bit. It's not like they said it for the last 6 meetings. Right, I agree. I agree with Hoffman there. EZD, looming government shutdown impacting market. Oh, they're not going to shut down. They always work something out. But why are we? Because I kind of I don't follow political stuff as close, especially the last like couple of years. Um, but why do we have this come up all the time? It seems like this is like our third time this year. We've been talking about like the debt ceiling and a government shutdown and all of that. Like, why is this coming up more often? It's kind of crazy. I mean, we just keep like raising the debt ceiling. We keep printing more money. So it's just kind of crazy. I don't know why it's coming up like multiple times in 1 year. But anyway, with that, let's go to Yahoo Finance here. And I'm sure you all missed me. I haven't posted in like 4 days. I had a busy weekend, and I'm just now kind of settling back in at home today. So let's see. Let's go to Yahoo Finance. And oh, I got to read this comment. This is funny. You all like to, right when I'm about to do the screen share, I get another comment or two come in. He says, Democrats love to give away money we don't have, and now we can't pay the bills. Really? I thought we had like unlimited money. At least that's what I was told. But anyway, I guess that's not true. Darn. How is your weather? Nasty over on the coast? What coast? I'm sort of on the East Coast. We've had okay weather, but it actually rained at the Bucks game last night. Anyway, all right, let's try the screen share again. So Yahoo Finance. And all right, let's see. We have an ad for prescription pills as we start out on Yahoo here. That's funny. Here's the headline: Americans feel worse about the economy as gas and groceries rise. Interesting. And look, a lot of red. Tesla's dropping. Netflix was down. The NFL. Ooh, this one's dropped a lot. I got to look at this one. I have to tell you all, I have been like face down in my work for the last like 3 weeks. It's really picked up. So I'm not even following the market as close. Haven't really even been buying anything either. So let's look at NFLY first of all, because I feel like it's like way down. So let's see here. Well, in the futures, at least we're up tomorrow. I think we'll end the year in the black, but where we were in July, we were looking like we were actually going to have a pretty solid year of gains, but some of them are getting wiped out now. But anyway, so let's see where we are here. The 52-week high was 2036, which we hit. Wow, we've lost like $3 and over $3.50 in this one. How about that? Interesting. Maybe it's a buying point, dare I say. Who knows? I know, we keep having a vigorous debate about these funds. Like I get a lot of comments that say, why are you worried about principal? Well, I don't want to lose. And I think I echo a lot of my audience. We don't want to lose our principal. We like the dividends, but we don't want to lose like 80% of our principal in this. So like I've said, the basic ways to hedge this, we're looking at the directional Tesla ETFs and some put options on even Tesla stock, TSLY, to hedge TSLY itself. We're down 1330. So, oh, look at this. For the first time in 6 months, I'm getting hockey ads because the season is actually starting very soon. Anyway, so the Canadian fans and we can have some banter about hockey pretty soon. That should be fun. So yeah, we are officially down $5 per share in TSLY since July 5th. How about that? So yeah, that's something. So let's look at, I'm actually going to look at kind of reversing course here and maybe getting back into SVOL. Let's see where we are. I feel like SVOL has pretty much stayed flat. So this one, we're still getting like 17% dividend, but we're not losing any principal. And that's a big plus for that. So let's see. I actually sold my SVOL to get more TSLY. And I want to say I sold it around here. So really, it hasn't fluctuated much at all. You see there were some dips here in March when we had some volatility with the banking stuff and whatnot. That was 21. This was week it dropped down to 21.50. So our 52-week low is 20.55. I'm assuming going back to last year. Yeah, that was here a year ago. And then we were here. And then, yeah, so that was like last September. So SVOL is still a solid choice, I feel like. And then TLTW. This is the Treasury Bond Buy Right Strategy ETF. I've done videos on these before. Now, this one's a lot more expensive, so you're going to get less shares, and you all know how I feel about that. The yield is 19% still, which is very, very solid. And we'll look at how consistent the dividends have stayed on both of them. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, SVOL was paying like a 32-cent dividend every month, which was pretty much the same. But I like to actually calculate the annualized dividend based on like the most recent month to see if there's a change. And those of you that have been following me for a while, I had the whole spreadsheet going where I was calculating, the dividends each month based on like the latest dividend. So I may go back to that. Like I said, back to the old drawing board here. So this one has a low expense ratio. 52-week range, 28.87 is actually the lowest. So we're close to the low point. So if you were to draw a trend line here, we're actually, since the beginning of the year, we're down. So we were at $35 February 1st. So we're falling. So we're seeing that phenomenon we talk about a lot with covered call ETFs where, yeah, we're getting a fat dividend, but the share price is dropping by a proportionate amount. So, and let's see, from a year ago. And I think the reason I never got into this one is because I'm not sure what's going to go on as far as like bonds. Once interest rates start to come down, bonds are not going to be as lucrative, I feel like. But this one is still, 19% is still a solid dividend for what we have here. Now, something else. So I did make a play in the bond market like a year ago. I don't know if any of you all use Yotta, but if you do, the coach could use some unsolicited or maybe solicited coaching from you all. So I happen to check my Yotta every day because it's like an alternative to the savings accounts. So it pays, it's like a lotto system. So I'll actually, I'll go ahead and show, for those of you that have been on all 12 minutes as a reward for sticking with me all 12 minutes, I'll show you my really fat portfolio that I have on Yotta. And this is exclusive information that I've never revealed before. So you're going to see the coach's really fat portfolio. So I've got a whole $1,868 with Yotta. $1,368 of that is in the savings. And the concerning thing is the 500 in the I bond bucket. Now, why is that concerning? Because I put exactly $500 there a year ago. So what happened in a year? Nothing. Well, there's some glitch with Yotta. They're not communicating with the Treasury Department website. So I was up to like 550 or something because I got into some of those juicy I bonds that were paying like 9% a year ago. So yeah, something's happened to my return, and it's locked. It's locked until like October 10th. So kind of concerned there. Any of you that use Yotta, maybe you could all help me with that. Anyway, all right, let's catch up on some comments here. Let's see. So we're behind a bit here on comments. Let's see here. The Republicans cut taxes when they're in power, and then when they aren't, they hold the budget hostage to gain bargaining leverage, rinse and repeat since Reagan. Yeah, I know there's been a lot of tax cuts. I feel like for what I pay in taxes, honestly, I don't want to get too political, but the tax system is like a giant scam. Between like, as far as what I pay for federal tax, like I feel like I see nothing for what I pay. And then I don't know how much I want to get into, but I've gotten some like bullshit letters from the IRS before for like a couple $100 here and there. And I got so mad because I went and researched the person that sent the letter to me, and I found out their salary and stuff. And because I can do some crazy math too, I was like, all right, so the time this person is spending coming after pennies from me, they're wasting more taxpayer dollars to just basically harass me. So I'm like, I got really technical with it. I'm like, I hope my couple $100 go to building an extra road, funding an extra school, funding some extra aid to Ukraine or whatnot. I hope it was worthwhile squeezing those extra couple $100 out of the coach. So anyway, I'll do a tax video one day. I know taxes are a very dry subject, but between federal, state, county tax, I own a house, so I pay property taxes, which I also live in an HOA. So it's like paying double because I pay an HOA fee for stuff that the county would do if we weren't a private development. So I pay property tax. The county I live in Florida is one of the highest taxed as far as sales tax. They had gotten us for like 8.5%, but they actually fought it at the state level. So we're at like 7.5%. So they raised us there. A lot of the roads have potholes in them and stuff. So like we're not as bad as like California or one of those states, but it's starting to get to the point where you start to wonder where the money goes. And that's kind of concerning. Anyway, end rant on the tax system, but I think there is massive inefficiency, to say the least. Anyway, with that, let's get back to, let's have some more fun here. Okay, any other year, if the Magnificent Seven were up 50%, you think it's a banner year? Is that the FANG stocks or the Matana stocks now? So even if we were up 100 and pulled back to 50, it's still a banner year. Well, yeah, if you're up 100% and you pull back to only 50% up, that's still 50%, right? Yeah, well, I get that. As the principal goes down, the yield will too. Of course, I mean, it has to, right? Because it's there's less of a principal to pay a dividend on, right? Oh, passive earnings ideas. So we're talking about doing like a four-way YouTuber podcast. We were talking about me, engineer, you, and Andre as the fourth one. Kind of get like what Millennial Money had going with 4 of them. So we'll have to, once we get all of you on, like in a chat in the Discord or something, I've got to figure out how to do a group chat, but we definitely want to get that going for sure. And anyway, let me read your comment. That's 15% loss in value. NAV matters. If it's static, we should be good, but 33% drop in TSLY is not helping. Another way of hedging is SVOL plus JEPQ plus QQQY. I've got to do a video on QQQY before I get into that, but I'm about to do that very soon. And then this is funny. This is like, I feel like Back to the Future or like a time warp, because now a lot of the funds are resurfacing that I was talking about like 6 to 8 months ago. But anyway, JPQ, SVOL, yes, not QQQY. Well, it's kind of new. And this is why I say, so HYGW was one that a lot of you were asking about, like, I feel like back in February or March, a couple months before YieldMax came up. Am I going to buy Coney? Let's look at Coney. I was looking at it. I know it dropped. I'm glad I didn't buy at the peak. Let's see, CONY. See, it has dropped since September 14th. It's like a, look at this. See that drop? See that? So it's from, let's see, so 1862, 1845. I don't know, because I feel like the first dividend is always the biggest one. So let's see, QQQY is bullish for the market. Yeah, I've got to do a video on that for sure. SVOL dividends also dropped to 30 cents now for the past 2 months. Oh, so it dropped like 2 cents. It used to be 32 cents. I had a lot of it, actually. I sold it to buy TSLY. HYGW is the corporate bond version of TLTW. Hi. When you were on last week, you asked about putting 600,000 into TSLY. I hope you didn't do that. Instead of talking on its long-term behavior, I should have talked about how to avoid paying taxes. That's another video I actually want to do. So engineer, maybe you can come on. Maybe we can do a collab and talk about tax efficiency with these funds. That would be good for sure. And we got a smiley face there. Never heard of it. Oh, you were talking about Yotta. So I'm behind. So I'll probably spend the rest of the video catching up on comments. And yeah, for sure. Let's get that answer on your channel. I have subscribed to you, waiting for your content, and you subscribed to me as well, right? I think you did. Opening an LLC is the name of the game, coach. What was I talking about when you said that? I'm trying to remember. I'm about 5 minutes behind on comments. As soon as I get to 50 subs, I will set up my YouTube banner icon, hold a live stream within a few days. Cool, that would be cool. Elephants. What elephants? Yeah, but here's the thing. So you need different opinions. We can't all agree. And really, if I look at it, um, I've gotten a lot of feedback from some of you privately that really liked what Andre had to say. Some of you have actually reached out to him privately. The last time I had him on, there was only a handful of you that were adamant that, oh, this is a dividend channel and you shouldn't have him on and whatnot. And I don't want to name any names, but some of you were kind of, a little bit nasty to him, I thought, and that's not good. We want to have all opinions, dissenting opinions. Like, we're not always going to agree. That's why we have a debate and stuff. But anyway, so I do think he would be a good fourth channel to have on for sure. And it's my channel, so I can do what I want anyway, right? All right. Let's see, Wales. Oh, Varden doesn't want Andre. Now we can't have him on. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't change my opinion that quick. Who's this? Alan, you can get him, coach. All right. Oh, we were talking about taxes. Oh, I can't wait to read these comments here. Yeah. Blake, don't agree with the coach. Uh-oh, you're coaching Blake, huh? Well, then what am I? I thought I was the best. I call them whales. Andre and I are essentially raving about the same thing. Just use it. See, exactly. You guys, and I knew you were going to say that you guys agree, and Hoffman likes him too. So he's correct with his technical analysis. Doesn't quite understand YieldMax. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's all gloom and doom, but it hasn't been encouraging since mid-July. Blake doesn't always agree. Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. I mean, yeah, we're not always going to agree on everything. So, all right. Well, I'm caught up on comments there. So I hope I gave you all some good ideas there. We talked about TLTW, we talked about SVOL, and even HG, whatever that one is, HGYW. Yeah, we're in a rough patch for the markets. I haven't bought anything, actually. I don't know if I told you all, but I'm actually, for whatever reason, I'm blocked from buying TSLY right now. I don't know if I should tell you all that, but I haven't tried to buy anything else. But I would actually try to dollar cost average down some more to lower my cost basis. But I don't know what the next dividend is going to be. Certainly don't want to rely on these for income. I mean, it was encouraging seeing that, wow, $50,000 in projected income. That would be awesome. But yeah, I wonder. Yeah, I want to research some of these tax efficiencies of YieldMax. I think I'm probably going to have a huge tax bill this year. It's going to be interesting for sure. But anyway, so let's see here. Yeah, well, we could even have you back on, have like a three-way debate. If Tesla drops to the low 200s, TSLY's NAV will approach the 10s and dividends will drop if that's the case. Well, I would assume so. The principal's already lower anyway. What's this? Can't be the only thing to do. I have 3 to 4 good ideas for how to pay very low taxes or no taxes. I like those ideas. Has Jay been on other shows? He was going on other channels for a while. I don't know if we should have him back on. Oh, Huffman's got such a dry sense of humor here. I just caught the Sell Rosh Hashanah by Yom Kippur. We will be green next week. Did you celebrate yesterday? That was yesterday was the second day you mentioned. Anyway, let's see. I'm not sure how I missed that comment. I just skipped right over it. Some of these comments are like popping up after the fact. So let's see here. Move to Panama. Yeah, maybe move out of out of the U.S. I know they were saying Puerto Rico was good for like crypto if you were to avoid taxes on crypto. Here's my thing. I don't mind paying taxes. I just like to see efficiency. I like to see things run smooth like a business. I like to see that we're getting something that we're paying for. But trust me, like the HOAs, it's another layer on top of your, county or whatever. Like it's the same. It's like just double level of inefficiency, All right, let's see here. Oh, look who's on. Join Jen. YieldMax are tax efficient in a Roth. Well, yeah, everything's tax efficient in a Roth, isn't it? Yeah, because then, I mean, you're not paying anything on all those dividends. Let's see here. Okay, we read that one. Wow, we've got almost 60 of you on. That's good. Let's see. Jay had a good, what? Curious to his take. I actually want to get him on. Just started investing in JEPQ, JEPI, and a Roth IRA. Good for you. Yeah, I had that one too. I sold it, believe it or not, to get TSLY. Jay needs to come on and do some math for us. Yeah, let's. I'll work on getting him back on. How about that? I'll stop DCAing into TSLY once the NAV fails to recover like in the past. Iceman is on. I don't like the fact that Clip does not let you know what the dividend amount is until after the X date. Yeah, you know, I think I'm going to hold off on Clip. Anything China right now, I think China's really in trouble. Jay needs to come on and explain what's going on for sure. Yeah, he's been on several channels. Hog Farmer says, I love paying $500 for a hammer, only if it's Thor's hammer. Very true. Okay. Interviewing with Armchair Income, looks lots on risk. Many do not have the risk tolerance for YieldMax. Okay. Oh, that's cool. That's cute. You all are saying hi to each other. All right. Well, let's see. Anything else? What do we? Let me do one more thing. Let me look at the site that I couldn't remember last week. The Forex Factory. What's this? Brutal market for covered call ETFs. Yeah, isn't it? What's this XLIX? Is that like your favorite Super Bowl? I think the Patriots won that one. Okay, let's see. What am I going to do? Forex. Here we go. Forex Factory. We'll just look at what's coming up on the horizon here. All right. Let's present. We'll do this, then we'll call it a night. So, all right. Did anybody like my tax rant? I thought I'd have a bunch of comments on that. I know taxes are such an entertaining subject. Okay, so what are we looking at? So today we had consumer confidence, which was, I guess, green. So it was below the forecast. The previous was higher, so consumer confidence is dropping. So that's why it's in red. The CPI, previous was 4.9, forecast was 5.2. So I'm guessing we went up to 5.2%. Still feels like it's way higher. I noticed some more price increases on stuff over the weekend, which was concerning, to say the least. But what can we do? Just put it on credit cards, right? YOLO. Live for today. All of the above. So then tomorrow, we've got core durable goods orders month over month, durable goods orders month over month, crude oil inventories. That should be a good one. Gas prices are all over the map. GDP numbers quarter over quarter. Oh, that's going to be a big one. Unemployment claims. Forecast is projecting it to tick up. So previous was 201,000. Forecast is 214. So it's projected to tick up by 13,000. Don't I sound so smart just reading these off? So GDP. So this is wow. We've got a slow GDP. Seems like we were at like 3 or 4%. It seemed like a couple of years ago. I'll have to look. So we were at 2.1. I just realized, you know, for being an econ guru, I haven't been really, I couldn't tell you what it was last quarter, but it's saying 2.1% here. So 2.2. So it's projected to go up slightly. So, hey, the economy's growing. That's a good thing, right? Well, great. Okay. And then we ignore the other countries because we only care about America, right? I'm just kidding. At least for investing. So then let's see, Friday, we've got core PCE price index month over month, which is forecasted to be the same as it was last month. Then we've got revised consumer sentiment. And then FOMC member Williams speaks, inflation expectations. So that's what we're looking at on the horizon there. And then we had an ad that I just minimized for, what's this, IG, $1,000 funding bonus when you open 100 lots. Fund and trade with IG. Interesting. All right, so let's go back to the comments here. See what all we got. Okay, well, we'll hit 30 minutes here. So let's see here. Yeah, Kathy's been upset with me for a few days now. We're on a little bit of a break. We're you know, at odds. Oh well. Okay, we do have a backlog of comments here. I advise avoiding everything China for demographic reasons. Plus, they are in a nasty recession right now with no end in sight. I agree. Um, Iceman is sorry. I should have told you. New to the show. You're my best teacher since grammar school. Awesome. Well, I'm glad to rank up at the upper tier of teachers. You know, that's always makes my day for sure. Victoria has a new video on QQQY. Okay, I will soon too. So I hope when I put that out, I hope you'll go on her channel and tell her audience that I have a new video on QQQY, right? It all comes down to your feelings about the underlying. Once Tesla hits, ooh, I like your confidence. Once Tesla hits $20 again, people are kvetching. It is too high now. All right. Horse Gal 33. Hope this isn't a dumb question. Oh, it already is. No, I'm not answering. Just kidding. But do the distributions come from the shares owned or the dollar value of the account? It has to do with how they buy and sell the covered calls, or how they trade in and out of the options positions. It's too late at night to be asking those kinds of questions. Per share, he answered anyway. So there you go. Any suggestion on Roth IRA holding with high yield ETFs? I started small positions in JPQ. Any other ETF I should look into? Yeah, I think that any high dividend one is good because you're not going to have to owe tax on it. Gas in Florida is kind of all over the map. So I was just in one county over this weekend near the beaches, and it's like there's like a 25-cent difference. So it's like there's some places it's like 330, there's some places it's like 370, and there's some places it's like 350. So there's no rhyme or reason right now. It's just kind of all over the map. Got a thumbs up here from Hoffman. Let's see. Chinese companies have too much government interference risk. I avoid investing in any Chinese stocks, so CLIP is a no-go. Serious NAV erosion since the fund came out. SVOL has slowly decreased its dividends. Yeah, I'm reading that, like 2 cents, right? That's about right, 350. None of my 3 to 4 ideas had anything to do with a Roth, but they have the advantage of delaying taxes till the end and the disadvantage of paying at a higher rate later. That's basically, so I'm assuming you're talking traditional IRA then, because that's almost exactly what happens with a traditional IRA. You tax defer, you let the money grow, and then you pay it when you withdraw. Because you take it out in larger chunks and pay at a higher rate. You know, an idea that I had, I was actually thinking about doing a, dare I say, a credit coaching video. Who the heck? Hold on a second. Somebody's trying to call me while I'm in the middle of a live stream. They know better than that. Hold on a second here. Sorry about that. Okay. Where were we now? Yeah. Okay. So what I was thinking about doing a credit coaching video. Somebody want to make a joke about the number of live viewers we have? So I was thinking about making a credit coaching video for the third time. And I was thinking, so because I was talking to someone today that has like a lot of credit card debt, and if you're paying like a 30% APR compounded, and it just keeps snowballing, it's almost to the point that you're never going to get out of that. So I was thinking, even if you were to, damn this person, sorry. Anyway, all right, so let's try this again. I'll be done pretty soon. But okay, so I was thinking if you're going to pay a 30% APR compounded annually, you're just making the creditors rich. So would it be so bad if you have like no savings, but you have a 401k? Would it be so bad to just take the penalty and take the tax hit from the traditional 401k and just pay all that off and start on a clean slate? That's what I was actually thinking about today, and I may cover that in a credit video. But I'm sure that won't get any of the views that dividend videos get, because that's usually how it works. That's why I don't really talk about anything else. But I am going to start branching out eventually here. Okay, let's see where we are here. Roth IRA, the tax-free machine, no taxes when you take out. So here's the difference. All right. So I actually do both in full disclosure. I do like the Roth a lot because so you've already paid tax on it, right? So then the money that goes in grows to whatever it's going to grow to tax-free. Read the famous example about Peter Thiel with his $2 billion Roth IRA. So you can become insanely wealthy, but the only thing is you're not going to be able to touch that money until you're of age. Which, if it were me running things, I would rather not have that penalty. And I would just say, you know what? We're a free country. If people want to be, shall I say, I don't want to say stupid because there may be valid reasons for taking that money out, like paying off your credit card debt. But the way I look at it, if you want to pay off your credit card, I'm sorry, if you want to take money out, I feel like they penalize people to kind of babysit them and disincentivize them from going broke later down the road. But if people want to do that, they want to do that. Don't expect everybody to hold your hand when you're old, though. And I'm not saying that to offend anybody. I'm just saying, there are valid reasons to withdraw money and whatnot. But I feel like that's why that penalty is in place to disincentivize withdrawing. My thing, um, I would rather not have that penalty and just, be able to withdraw if you want, for whatever you want to do. Say you've built it up where it's fat enough where you don't have to work anymore and you can retire early. Why should you have to wait around until Social Security? Just retire in your 40s if you can, or even in your 30s. So anyway, 129 a liter. All right. Glad we know that. Welcome. Anyone want to do a weekly voice? I do want to get that going. We did actually talk on Discord last week by Discord voice chat. And I do want to get that going. I've got to figure that out still. I've been really busy. All right. So, XOMO. Yeah. Gas is 349 gallons, and is that Southwest? Lucky, huh? Dish made for the 3 quarters total this year so far in total is 207, which book value went from 33 to 35.54. They hit a new low today, which most to all, I'm assuming that's upgrades. All right, hold on a second here. My phone is blowing up. Let me look this one up here. Dish. That is wait a second. Is Dish Network? I see it for like 572. I'm not sure what you're looking at, but you did put a $sign in front of it. That's not, Mom. You're a funny one. You should know better than to give those wild cougars your phone number. Yeah, that was one of those late night calls. So I got to get going soon. $Dish co-founder and BlackRock bought millions of shares with 31 or more funds bought shares in $Dish. He's hedging his bets, hoping she has interest in him so he can collect the dividends. Yeah, that's what it's all about. Well, I just tell him to hit on you. I mean, you're like a slam dunk for him. Rich Bose, 70. That was crazy. 70 people, same score. Miami scored. Oh, well, okay, it increased by 1. I always have a few people that make the joke, when it's a certain number. There's usually some jokes that get made. I would love to hear you talk about easy ways to boost credit and churning for benefits at some point. I may do that tomorrow if I feel up to it, because that's one I can just talk. I can just go for 30 minutes or an hour and just talk and not even stop. Warren Buffett needs him to take over. Yeah, somebody younger. Well, no, he's older, isn't he? Making 250 still be able to contribute to Roth IRA. It does start to taper down. Wait, is that what you're saying you make? It does start to, I think you can only contribute up to so much when you get over a certain income threshold. I don't have that problem yet, so I haven't looked fully into that, but who knows, one day I might. All right, I'm going to read all the comments and then we'll finish up here. $PAGS. Can you just spell out what these companies are? Because I'm not sure if I'm looking up, because Dish, I think, is Dish Network. So PAGS is in Brazil, which has no debt with another upgrade to $14. If you're in my Discord, by the way, we did start a South American stocks. So if you want to put this in there, there was one I was really following for a couple of years. It was called Mercado Libre, and it was like the next Amazon, but it's been rough the last couple of years. So another upgrade to $14, which book value went up to $7.96 from earning with 22 funds bought shares by Insider Monkey. But I did count 16 different 13G. I won't pretend to take that one apart there. Just too much info. What's up? Yeah, we're having fun here. She dropped like it's hot. 1335 now, something like that. I go back to billionaire Ron Barron, who owns a ton of Tesla, forecast 400 to 500 per share in a couple years. I'm sure it will. I assume it's down because of Tesla in part. If you think Tesla gains $100, Tesla gains, and it falls when Tesla goes down. So I assume you all are a very astute, very observant audience. So you all have noticed that, and I don't want to sound stupid, but I'm going to play devil's advocate here. So since January, since the beginning of the year, Tesla was around $100 a share, and Tesla got up to like 260 a share, almost flirted with 300. But since when this fund went public, you'll notice Tesla gained more than double the value, and this fund has been dropping. So kind of concerning. I have to throw that out there because I've had that brought up a lot in the comments. So yeah, it's 244 right now. Is there a structural problem or just price action? I think right now, the currents, I feel like they're kind of paddling against multiple currents at this point. I think the market's dropping and it keeps dropping, and then Tesla's dropping, and they're just having a hard time. So we're just in a rough patch right now. I do hope we'll get out of it, but it's just rough right now. Tesla is always volatile, so Tesla mirror. Well, that is part of it. That's not the whole. That's one piece of the pie, but it's not the whole pie. Oh, you are talking about Dish Network. Okay, so what, you think this is going to be a good one? I don't really follow Dish Network. Using backdoor IRA helps to contribute to Roth IRA. Perfect. So I want you to come on and we'll talk about a backdoor Roth IRA, something I've always wanted to talk about. So let me know your schedule. Let's have you on to talk about that, even if you make more than the limits. That's right. And as I understand it, you can catch up if you didn't contribute, because you can start contributing to a Roth IRA when you're 18 years old. But as we know, not everyone, when they turn 18, has $6,000 they can just contribute to a Roth IRA. They may only make $6,000 when they're age 18. So you can actually catch up for all those years that you didn't contribute. And I think that's part of that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there's a way you can catch up or make catch up contributions. Okay, let's see. I'm so eagerly awaiting the day I can invest into Starlink. Oh, me too. Yeah, I mean, Elon needs to get on that for sure. Yeah, market psychology, right? Buy Tesla puts or Tesla calls, short TSLL. That's, yeah, exactly. 3 ways. So, all right. Well, I went like 15 minutes longer than I wanted to, but that's all right. We all had fun. I have 70 of you on. That's pretty good. Just think, if we just kicked a field goal, we could set a record. You're right. Roth IRA can be caught up as well. Yeah, I definitely want to talk about all of that. So, all right. Thank you all for tuning in. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you all hopefully tomorrow. Thanks and take care. Have a good night.